Good morning. It's Saturday the 21st of March in 2026. And this is the bike previously known as Limey Bike. And it's still here. We're still doing an evaluation of the amount of oil that accumulates in the sump under different conditions. And I'm going to dump the sump now and measure the oil that's in there now after it has sat idle after having been dumped. I dumped it, and then I put the plug back in, and it's been sitting idle unstarted ever since then. So this is the 21st, and we did that last test on on the 17th, okay? So at that point it had sat for 4 days, and we got 6.5 ounces out of the sump. This was a test before that where the sump had 12 ounces, but we'd run the bike, and I'm not sure about the validity of that test. So now I'm going to dump the sump and measure what oil has accumulated since the last dump, just to see if things are leaking down while the bike is sitting idle and not having been run. That's where we are. But before that, let's do the dad joke of the day, the bad dad joke of the day. Let's see. It says, I told my doctor I broke my arm in 2 places. He told me to stop going to those places. Good medical advice. I like that. Okay, so I'm going to set up the tripod and do a sump dump and measurement. Here we go. All right, so here we go. You know, I'm really starting to wonder about the early model Commandos with the small drain plug. And what we're doing now is collecting data. There's nothing conclusive about this. We're just collecting data, seeing if there's something different about the 71, 72 models versus the 73, 4, 5, 850s. At this point in time, I don't know what I don't know, and frankly, we don't know what we don't know. So I'm going to dump the sump now. All right, now there's, as you may be able to see, why I'm wondering about the differences between the 72 and the later bikes. This bike has the AMR mod installed. This is the third time. We've had the timing cover off at least twice, maybe 3 times, making sure that the AMR mod and the oil pump mod were done and installed properly. And it's been sitting here. The sump was empty, and we're going to measure this now. It looks like it's stopping, and see what we get as drain down through the AMR mod, and just record the data, because that's what we're doing. Okay, so it seems to have pretty much stopped. I'm going to cap off the sump and measure the dump. All right, so let's go over to the bench. And as soon as I find my measuring cup, we will measure the sump dump. Good shot, all right. All right, looking at the ounces scale. It is 8 ounces. 8 ounces of oil. All right. Just going to record this. 8 ounces of oil in the sump after having emptied the sump X many days ago. Just going to do it another time. Let it sit for a few days and find out. Okay. Interesting. This guy sat for 4 days and had 6.5 ounces of oil in the sump. This one sat for 5 days and has 8 ounces of oil in the sump. Wow. I got no answer for you. The bike has the AMR mod. I've never had a moment's trouble with the AMR mod. Nobody's ever come back to me after I put an AMR mod in the bike and said it's still wet sumping. I've put the mod in at least 2-3 times. Take it apart, feel it, fondle it, put it back in. I don't have an answer. I do not have an answer. I am going to let the bike sit here again one more time. Sump is empty. Drain cap is in. Drain plug is in. I'm going to let it sit here until next week. This is Saturday, so I'm going to let it sit here till Tuesday or Wednesday and dump it again, see what happens. All we're doing here now is gathering data. It's what I did for 40 years in the computer industry. I'm gathering data. We need data so we can talk about this thing realistically. In the meantime, I've looked into 2 different anti-sump valves. One fits right here. It replaces this bolt, and it has a spring-loaded valve in it to turn off the sump, turn off the oil flow when the bike is not running. It's a variation on a theme of the ones that we used to put in the line going in, which were now basically, there's not a chance in heck, too many of those jammed, and the bike starved of oil and died and blew up. So we don't use those inline oil valves anymore. But this one, built in up here, looks like to me like it is made for custom fitting, and I've ordered 2 of them. One for the client here if he wants me to install it, and one to have in the shop for feel, fondle, show and tell. The second thing I ran across, because one of the followers told me about it, is a manual valve that goes here. Turns the oil flow on and off manually. I don't like manual valves because no matter how many notes you put on the handlebar, turn on the oil, no matter how many remove before flight streamers you put on them, no matter how many anything, sooner or later, you're going to forget to turn on the oil. So I do not trust manual valves, but this manual valve is really cool. I envision it going here with a turn on off handle and 2 wires going to it. And the 2 wires are going to be ignition in and ignition out. And with the pump set to stop, let's say like this, stops the oil flow, it turns off the ignition. You cannot turn the ignition on, you cannot start the bike. You have to turn the valve in line, I'm assuming, so that you activate or enable oil flow to the engine, at which time the contacts in the switch will enable the ignition, so you can actually start the bike. That one's pretty foolproof. It's in Holland. I had to sign up for a special international money laundering consortium to be able to buy it from them. But I'm going to buy one of those and then see how it gets adapted into this line. And that's the way it is. I don't know if I can just put it in here with a couple of spade connectors on it, or if I'm going to have to build a bracket. I could use this guy right here as a bracket. You know, I can extend it out and put the on-off here. There's different ways to do it that are going to be interesting. So at this point in time, the process, the experimentation, the analysis, the data gathering continues at this date and time, at this point in the project. Everything is undetermined. We have 2 more things to try, the valve back here and the valve down here. And then looking into any potential changes between the 71, 72 sump to the 73, 74 sump/timing cover oil passages question conundrum. And that's the way it is. And that's where we are. And now I'm gonna go try to finish my taxes for the year. It is so much fun, but I gotta get it done. Okay, I don't know if I mentioned before, the green monster has gone home. The red, white, and blue 75 Norton went home. So far, so good. And so far, so good. These two bikes have come in and have had absolutely nothing done to them yet, because I just haven't had a chance to get them up on the lift. I finished up the green bike, I finished up the white bike, and I'm doing this. I will probably take this off of the lift sometime in the next day or two and put it back down on the floor. And then this bike came in first. I'll stick him up on the lift and see if I can't get to him. Both of these bikes are reasonably straightforward, non-complicated problems. And maybe I can get them whooped out in the next week or so. We'll find out. That's the way it is here on Griswold Road, Phoenix, Arizona. And it's going to be in the hundreds again today. It was 102 yesterday in March. That was a national record. Incredible. So, that's it. I'm going to go do taxes.